Yeah.
Or goes and sits in the sun to recharge.
Yep.
Because it's the only place he could go.
Hey guys!
Hello. Hey, I wasn't already talking.
Joe wasn't already arguing about Superman.
We weren't arguing, we were discussing.
We were discussing.
That
We
was
also
literally
have
not an
plenty of-
argument.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
try
know.
one of these. I was waiting.
I was gonna show
Well,
the
I
sign,
was
but
eating my
Literally
Chinese food.
not an argument.
Shay left us
It
to
was.
show him the sign.
We haven't even started yet.
All right,
starting.
so
Yeah, we
welcome
started
to
like 20
Grown
minutes ago.
Ass
Sorry,
Adults.
guys.
We should have just.
Adults.
We should have just filmed it. We should have just been like, fuck it.
We're talking about super stuff.
Super stuff.
Super.
Anti-super stuff. Yeah, that's all I know.
I eat one of these and it explodes.
Because there's Anti-Flash, who's an anti-hero.
What are you
See the
doing?
goatee?
Oh my
Deadpool.
gosh,
I don't know
you
which
are the
anti-hero.
worst.
Like inverse flash?
There we go.
His name is Anti.
Sit down.
And
People want to
Bizarro.
see everybody's face.
That's
No,
what
I
your
want to see a
butt.
butt.
Anti-Flash.
Not your
No,
butt.
they definitely want to see my butt.
But in the show they're calling
I
it
don't want to see your butt.
Anti-Flash.
anti-flash.
Alright, knock it off.
Who are you?
We
Wow.
are discussing!
We're getting accents out and everything.
Ugh.
Whoops.
I like you.
Hey everybody, it's me, Joe.
Terrible.
I'm Avis.
Hipster.
Nintendo nerd.
Cloud.
This is Grown Ass Adults, in case you didn't notice, or in
Grown Ass
case you're
Adults.
actually new, in which case, awesome sauce.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Today we are talking about super stuff, meaning superheroes, superpowers, supervillains, that kind of stuff. We usually pick one topic to discuss at length for about an hour every Thursday. And today we are going to start off with, superheroes. So we have a choice. We can start off with our favorite superheroes, our favorite villains, our ideal superpowers, or faults in
Let's start
superhero
with the food.
logic.
So today we're eating
Food.
corn dog bites made by Rachel. And we'll have the Leap Play Love episode hopefully up by the end of the weekend.
It's a cheat to win
This.
episode. It's a cheat to win snack. So it's
So
real. It's a real
nice.
simple
Silence.
snack, and it tastes really awesome.
They're delicious.
So we can start with favorite superheroes, favorite villains, favorite ideal superpowers, or faults in superhero logic.
Let's start with favorite superhero.
Okay, sounds good. And then we'll go. We'll do favorite, least favorite.
Once again, we have to define superhero.
Okay.
We
So
really do.
dictionary.com, which we've already discussed,
Okay.
defines a superhero as a character most of the time in children's comics or cartoon
offense to
TV
that
shows. It's most of the time. You really shouldn't be offended by that one. Because it comes into play for the next one in your favor.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
take
I
offense to
disagree
the
with
part
the
about it
dictionary.
being
Mostly
for children.
children's comics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Comics are
Mostly
for
in children's comics or cartoon TV shows, which have characters displaying extraordinary, sometimes magical powers.
Well, on that note, I'm a superhero then. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm a mom and a teacher, so
Just saying.
I am a superhero. But that's how dictionary.com defines a superhero.
Noted.
We're going to keep it in line with if it has been
If other
widely
peop-
accepted
Yes,
as
that's
a
fine.
superhero or superpower,
Mhm.
widely accepted by society and media as superhero, then we'll go with it. So
We'll have that argument a different day.
yeah.
So Lawrence wants to know if the next Supers event was going to be covered. I don't think any of us are in charge of that, so
Nope.
no.
None of
Probably
us are
not.
going to be in charge of that.
that
However,
fair?
I do have to say, good transition.
It's a realm.
Because
Instagram.
my favorite superhero, I based my superhero LARP character off of.
And that is.
Her name is Spectre, and she was based off of Danny Phantom.
I was gonna say Danny. Phantom. Totally Danny.
I love Danny Phantom. I love how he transposes into being a ghost. I just love it. I just love the whole concept. I want to be able to be half ghost.
Have you ever seen the fan theory that Danny Phantom is Timmy Turner's?
Mhm.
I love that fan.
Yeah, it's a good fan theory.
Yeah. You're asking the girl who loves fan theories if she's seen a fan theory about her favorite thing.
You would never. Sometimes
We don't
people
need
don't.
to go to Joe's favorite.
We just skip right past
Yeah,
it.
we can skip right
Whatever.
past
They need to know though. We're just
Oh.
kidding.
Oh.
They actually, yeah.
Mine
aren't you wearing
is
a shirt?
the Flash.
You got a +1.
I actually don't have a Flash shirt.
What?
Not even like a Bazinga shirt.
No, because Flash wasn't really popular until recently. So the only place I could find it was online, and it was going to take 30 days from China.
Sorry.
Yeah, now, like I'm talking like previously.
I mean, in theory, we have a Green Lantern shirt somewhere, but
Yeah, but it's not my favorite.
yeah,
I bought it for work, or you bought it for me.
I
for
did.
work.
I bought it because you needed to wear a green,
Green
shirt
shirt.
for St. Patrick's Day, so I bought him a Green
No,
Lantern
it was
shirt.
for
Hi, Lee.
something.
Hey,
Hi, Lee.
Lee!
Highly.
Pretty sure.
Why do you
No,
like
it was
Flash?
for a
Flash?
release of
Why do
our
you like
new-
Flash? Yes.
Joe.
Why do I like Flash?
Yes.
Well, I'm really enjoying Barry Allen Flash in the show because he's still human in the aspect that like he still thinks like normal people. He still feels like normal people. He's just got a super extraordinary power of going fast.
He runs real fast.
He runs real fast.
So I haven't watched that at all. They don't go so far as to do like the new X-Men Days of Future Past, Days of Future Past Quicksilver, where it's like
Time stop.
time
fast.
stops.
No, it's not time stops, but he. Okay.
They slow down
They
everything.
do
around.
the bullet
Everything
time stuff.
everything slows down around him,
So,
but
yes,
it's
they do.
not because time is moving
yeah.
slow.
Right.
It's-
They did the
It
same
is
thing.
because
You're
his
seeing from it.
reaction
Yeah.
is so much faster that like they'll shoot a gun at him, but everything moves really slow, and he like to him it just seems like he's going like this, and it's slow motion, but realistically it's like way fast for a normal
Right,
person.
They
Right,
do the
they
same
shoot
thing
it.
in
They
Days-
shoot
in
it in
Days
his
of Future Past.
perspective as
Right.
opposed to
But they don't do it a lot.
explaining that
Right.
he does.
That's
Well,
like a
like-
very rare
I just
thing
like
that they
Greg
actually
Like
do.
Days of Future Past took it to the extreme. Like they shot a gun and he was able to like walk around the room and like pull the bullet away and like
Change
like
directory.
Change his
yeah,
trajectory.
change the directory and
No,
like
yeah.
like do a dance party and have like
He did.
a tea party like in the middle. Like it was extreme.
I mean, they're-
Yeah, we
They-
like
Like he
that.
stopped time.
they get a
Yeah,
they
No,
get
he
a
didn't.
they get a spoiler, spoiler. You've all been warned. Stop listening now if you don't want to hear it. To the point where he can move so fast to travel back in time.
oh,
They've brought
Okay,
that now.
they've gotten to that point. He's always been able to do that.
That's been a
Yeah.
Flash thing.
was
Yeah.
He,
They've gotten that so far.
yes,
I haven't
they
seen
have
this week's.
they have figured out that
is it
grown Barry was back
Grown Barry was in the
room
was
when
in
his
the-
mother was killed. And watching as little Barry stood there, screaming "Mom!"
Great,
Okay.
Kristen.
Well,
I mean, I knew
I
that.
love
The little bit
already.
of Flash I've seen, he was very sarcastic. Is that?
He is very
okay.
sarcastic, which
That's
is
something I always
huge
enjoy
appeal for me.
about those comics.
not
Like,
Deadpool level, but
like Flash and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I love that, which they took away from the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it was,
I don't act. There was only 2 Spider-Man movies with
That's
Tobey
true.
Maguire.
It's true.
there were only
Absolutely.
why do they just keep redoing it? Why? Just
They're trying
well,
to
not
make
beating
it.
no,
a
they're
dead
rebooting.
horse.
No,
They're rebooting
it's a
it.
totally different type of Spider-Man.
They're rebooting it because Marvel now actually has the rights to do
Yeah.
it.
But there's so many other superheroes you could stop.
But they need it
But
in
they
Avengers.
need.
They need it.
They
Okay,
need
I
them
see
for
what
the
you're saying.
Avengers.
I see.
The
Okay.
Amazing
accept
Spider-Man,
that.
which is what the new one is for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
Sony still owns the rights to the old one.
Also, what you have
And
to
ruined it.
realize is
Ruined
that
it
first
horribly.
you have
Oh, I
to
know.
gain an audience. You can't just pull out some bullshit nobody knows about them comic book superhero. That
Aquaman!
Aquaman, people know,
Yes,
They
they're
hate it.
real
They all hate
comic
him.
lovers.
They all hate him.
but
No, there's plenty of people that
I
like
don't
them.
read
but
comics.
Spider-Man. But
I
what I'm
never
saying
have.
is that on a media and on a marketing level, Spider-Man has an audience. Spider-Man has the kids that grew up watching cartoon Spider-Man who also read the
90s
comic
kids.
books.
That's it.
90s No, because it also has the kids now. So
Yeah,
I know.
it
David
keeps,
Spider-Man now.
Spider-Man, it keeps
It's
coming back.
very
That's why Ninja Turtles works so well. That's why Power Rangers
Spider-Man is
still
ageless.
works because they still keep themselves relevant to the younger crowd. So the relevant, same thing with Pokemon. They keep bringing it up so that they keep staying relevant with younger kids, and the older kids and the grown-ups stay with it for nostalgia's sake. So now Pokemon will never die.
Hi, Lee.
Spider-Man will
We said
never
hi.
die.
He asked if it was working.
Spider-Man will never die. Batman will never die
Nope.
because,
Well, no, he keeps picking new ones.
but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
the concept of Batman will never die because there's always a marketable audience for it because he's got the cartoon, he's got the action figures, he's got fruit snacks, he's got breakfast cereal, he's got everything. So making a Batman movie, making a Spider-Man movie, making Superman movies are more logical and more financially sound than making an Aquaman movie.
Well, and
Or
if they don't
than
mess it
making-
up like they did with every Superman movie so far, aside from Christopher Reeve's movies.
Exactly.
If they could just do
Zod
it
is
like
such a
they
good
do their
character,
television
and
shows.
They always screw it up so badly.
All right,
Sorry.
let's go to Dud.
So, my favorite superhero is more of a type.
Okay.
The Iron Man, Batman, lots of money and intelligence superheroes.
They put sugar in my coffee.
What?
Oh, I think it looks like
That's what
Grindr.
money makes. right?
Vigilantism.
Vigilantism.
I love
I also like Green
vigilantes.
Arrow,
On the bottom.
That's the problem with it.
but Green Arrow, Oliver Queen is also ridiculously rich,
Yep.
and both he and Batman were trained by League of Shadows.
I love
Or, well,
Arrow.
Now, I've never watched...
Arrow wasn't trained by League of Assassins, but he can fight like them.
Now, I've never read the comics on
Right.
Green Arrow.
I just know what they
Does
say
he keep
about
his
him.
money in the comics? Because he's broke as a fucking joke now in the movie
in the
or in the
comics?
show.
I didn't read the full extension, but I kind of read a synopsis.
Sort of
and
spoiler.
He puts a lot of the money into the Justice League.
That was like last year.
Him
if I'm
and
not wrong.
Bruce Wayne
But
paid for the
Justice League and the headquarters and stuff.
The
Watchtower.
satellite-
Right,
Watchtower,
but he
yeah.
lost
Come
his
on, bro.
money in like either gambling or some kind of addiction. He lost all his money.
Alcohol.
No,
Alcohol.
wasn't alcohol.
That would
No,
be
I
one
think it was
hell of an
gambling.
alcohol. He'd be dead before he could spend all of his money on alcohol.
But he like wasted a lot of his money and then he became
Straight
a
up.
Because
very
in the
clean
movie or in the
person.
comics, I know he also still owns the club, which he doesn't own the club now either.
Yeah. I
Right.
don't know.
I think they're gonna somehow
show.
work it back to him getting it in the show again. Like
Yeah, I'm
he's
sure
gonna
they
get his
will.
money back. In the
I
show.
like him without his money.
It doesn't really make a
It
difference.
hasn't made
It
a
doesn't.
difference.
You're right. You're right. But I think I feel like he has more
I
of
kind
a
of feel like
cause.
he's like a loser though. He's living with his sister.
Dude, he can kick your ass.
Whatever. At least I have my own house.
Then pull up stuff.
Boom.
Until he kills you for it.
I think I have a type.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I definitely have a type.
As Barry Allen's just.
I don't get it. This isn't even hard. That's literally what he says.
I know, and it made me want to punch him.
So, Autumn, what's your favorite?
I have two favorites. One of them was already mentioned. Iron Man is like my favorite Avengers, but my favorite superhero that actually cameos in Avengers once in a while is Deadpool. He's just so.
He just cameos in everything.
Yeah, I mean, just
Cameos
he's great.
in himself.
He
See,
breaks.
He
The
does.
only one that breaks the fourth.
I have
Yes,
such. I
he's
kind of have
hilarious.
like a problem. Like I love sarcastic characters, but I feel like every once in a while I'm like Deadpool. You're trying
Way
just
too
a
hard.
little too hard over here.
Listen, he's got some hardships he's trying to get past.
The voices in his head are great.
I love him so much. He probably won't have a big market because he's not appropriate for children. But
They are still. They did greenlight the movie.
yes,
Which-
he just won't be,
I don't think it's gonna do him justice because of the limited rating that they're,
yeah,
they're trying to follow.
unless they do
they're
the
trying to-
proper.
They're trying to fall into a PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lose. Yeah, the movie itself is gonna lose a lot because
Yeah.
he has a very.
They're either
Gory
gonna lose
character.
the gore or they're gonna lose the language.
Well, I mean,
They
if
can't have
as
both.
long as they don't do what they did in X3 to him, they'll be fine.
No. Actually, I'm not gonna.
Origins.
bring up what I was
Origins,
gonna say.
X-Men Origins, yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that like, that's another thing that I you don't need like
Yes, Lee,
ridiculously hard language in order to be funny and sarcastic.
No.
Like, it's not necessary. And like a lot of times, I'm like, you tried really hard for that, just to use those specific words.
No, I don't think he uses his language to use for as his like mouth, as they say, the merc with a mouth. Like I just don't.
I've honestly never seen Deadpool in anything ever.
Well, like Deadpool, like
I know nothing.
Well,
about
it's
it.
hard.
I
because
wasn't
they
a
pretty
huge
much
fan
only have the comics.
of Origin. X-Men
Well,
I
Origins.
saw him in Origin, but there wasn't really anything
It
there.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't
So
Deadpool.
I know enough
Wasn't
about
Deadpool.
watching stuff from con photos and stuff like that. That's all I know.
Hard pass. It wasn't Deadpool.
Hard pass.
They made him Baraka with like laser beam eyes and teleportation. Like
Yeah,
that
no,
wasn't
Deadpool
Deadpool.
doesn't have that.
Baraka is the character from Mortal Kombat that has
I
the.
I know who
Yes,
Yes,
Baraka is.
yes,
I
yes.
our viewers.
I'm sure
Well,
our
I'm pretty
viewers.
sure our viewers are on our level.
You don't know. There could be someone that hasn't played Mortal Kombat
They'll Google it.
3, 4.
all of them after 3.
Yes.
I'm
Anyway.
sure he wasn't that solid after 3.
So yeah,
No, he was.
Deadpool
Baraka's
and
been
Iron Man.
in everyone since 3.
those are my favorites.
Nico's a
He's
super
been
dog.
everyone since two.
Nico is
What
my
was it, Joe?
favorite super dog.
So moving on. I actually just bought this shirt the other day, because I didn't have a Wolverine shirt. It was like legit. It was
I don't have Deadpool for
very sad.
I still
Um,
don't have a flash.
loser.
But my favorite character
I
is
don't have a
Wolverine.
Danny Phantom shirt,
Um,
so.
And it really has to do with the fact that
I have my
he
cast, I
doesn't
bought it.
give a shit what you
I'm the
think.
best.
Like, he's his own person, and he's gonna do what benefits him. And yeah, he cares about other people eventually, sort of. But this guy's been around since like early World War One. Like,
He's been around since
Civil War.
Yeah.
yeah, like
He was
even
So-
before that. But like,
I know I might have a really, really controversial opinion here, but again, another
Yeah.
character that I feel like tries a little too hard.
Well,
Listen here,
I was
Bob.
not gonna say.
listen
try,
here, Bob.
I wasn't gonna say try too hard, but like, I mean, obviously I didn't read
I
too
think we
much
were born, like,
on
1888.
Wolverine or anything. But by you just describing he does whatever he wants, that's really a bad cause. I mean, there's so many characters out there that cause so many issues because they do the fuck they
Wait,
want.
what does Deadpool do again?
He gets paid. Nah.
He is not a superhero.
No, he's not.
no.
Her superhero is Iron
We're going
Man.
exception. yes,
Iron
exactly.
Iron Man's on the cusp of that too.
No, he's not.
He's a
No,
vigilante.
Iron Man is.
He does for the
Neutral
greater
good.
good. Yeah.
Because if you look at
He's probably
even
chaotic
if you just
neutral.
take because now that the Avengers movies were approved by Stan Lee, unlike the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire,
Mhm.
those movies are now canon. What Iron Man does at the end of that movie, that is not.
Yeah.
That is
That is
fucking.
Iron Man.
That is good. There is no
Yeah, well, I hate
two
her
ways
for
about
allowing
it. That
him
was
to do it.
self-sacrifice
Yeah, that's
to the extremist extent.
That's
Seen
what I
Iron Man
prefer
3?
my superheroes to have like
He does something
an
else.
a
Yeah,
less
he
than healthy amount of self-sacrifice. I want them to just like throw themselves in front of things
No.
all the time. The last thing I want them to do is continuously knock down fucking buildings.
So that's funny because that'll come up into my
Superman.
least favorite
Yeah, but like,
later on.
but
Once we
like-
move on to people.
like Wolverine has self-sacrificed his fair share. Like he,
That you've been awarded one experience.
But he's
what?
You've been
Not
experienced.
really.
You've been
Yes,
awarded one
it's
really.
very
experience from the chat.
mortal.
he didn't
Chat.
think that he was going to survive his
From
fight
Lawrence.
with
Lawrence is giving
the
out +1.
Phoenix.
Okay.
When Dark Phoenix happened, he didn't think he was going to survive.
I
So that
hated
makes
that,
it
by the
okay?
way.
X-
I also do not want
Are you
that.
talking about in the movie?
X3 did not exist.
X3
Okay.
didn't exist.
No.
I'm talking about comic
Real
book.
Dark Phoenix is nice, but that was terrible.
But he did the same thing in the comics. He went and did above and beyond to take care of Dark Phoenix. But again, that had to do with the fact that he loved Jean, not necessarily that he wanted to save the world.
I'm trying
But that's not the point.
for mine.
So I'll delay more.
Yes, please.
Like he's been trained by freaking feudal lords in Japan. Like he is a ninja. Like literally, he has been trained in the art of ninjutsu.
Ninjutsu.
He's a
It-
Wolverine.
it's a thing.
He's a Wolverine.
He's a Wolverine. He's been also trained in the art of the samurai.
He's been trained in ninja. He's been trained in samurai. He's been trained
My
in
other
military
things.
combat.
my other favorite superhero is Billy Boyd.
Which one?
Billy Boyd.
Oh man, if we can go reaching out to another one, Captain Planet. Just,
He's my hero.
it's a good one.
It's gonna take pollution down.
Billy Boyd is the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
From Mighty
Yeah.
Morphin Power
How do I
Rangers.
not
The
remember his
original
last name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm like, Billy Boyd. That sounds familiar. I'm like, I can't place it.
Billy Boyd.
You might all need to leave now.
Well,
Get out of my
to be
teeth,
fair,
I guess.
Good
that
15
was
years
that
since
was
I've
a long
seen
time since I've seen.
Wait, you haven't seen Power Rangers within the last few years?
It's on Netflix.
I have the movie on VHS.
Random flipping for funsies.
I should bring that over.
Oh, yeah, then we're gonna fight
you. VCR.
I will.
All right.
It's tough because you described something that would work for anime, and trying to find an anime character that I like the most with superpowers was actually very
Yes,
tough.
reach out to your audience.
So I'm actually going to go with an American one first. See, my favorite type of superpower is we'll get to in a minute. But trying to think of ones that describe them best would be like Kakashi or from Legend of the Legendary Heroes is a character that has a Magus Eye that can pretty much copy spells and use them immediately back at them. But the same type of thing in American stuff, that's tough to do. Closest, really, in most people's eyes, would probably be Green Lantern, because they can do whatever they want to within the ring.
From X-Men Morph.
Morph as well, but I was actually going to go with Ben 10 because he has 10 powers at a time. In the other ones after that, he has a couple thousand. But he pretty much has all the different types in one.
All right.
Good one.
Least favorite superhero. I'm gonna start this off by being real controversial, and I'm gonna say Old World Wonder Woman. I hate Old World Wonder Woman. No, like revamp, go her. Original Wonder Woman, nah, bro, no, can't do it. The Lasso of Truth. What's her weakness? Men. Her weakness is men. She's an Amazon princess. She's just supposed to be this woman who's supposed to be like the idol for girls and women everywhere, and her weakness is men. Ugh.
Here's one for you, Pat.
What?
Tin Lizzie said if we can pick anime superheroes, she would choose the Elric brothers.
Okay. For me, it's on one hand clapping. Except for the whole fact that their powers are fueled by bad things. I'm not going to spoil it for people.
Yes, they are
But-
fueled by bad things.
What's the sound of one hand clapping?
I don't think I would
It's-
pick Elric Brothers.
That's the sound.
I mean, that's yeah.
That's
You
two
have to
hands.
watch the show.
But that's two hands.
I know.
They-
One of them's made out of metal with no glove on it and makes still that sound, not clinking. I don't know. I still don't know.
I will never.
I got nothing.
All right, babe. What's your least
favorite superhero? Oh, it's Aquaman. I'm not even gonna do.
hate you so much. Get out.
It's Aquaman.
Now.
Get out of my house.
You know what? Only losers hate Aquaman because it's easy.
The argument
and
that
fun.
the world is 75% water, so Aquaman is really the strongest superhero, is bullshit. Because none of the supervillains ever are on water. They're always in Metropolis, Gotham, or Sterling City or Star City. They're nowhere else. Those are the only places they live. Those are the only places they care.
Well, that's a good thing to consolidate your super
Star.
villain.
Yes. Listen,
Wasn't
you're
the star big enemy? on
you're
the
just
beach?
you're
It's always
hating on
fight.
him because it's easy and everyone else hates on him. It's just the way it is. I mean,
No,
he's
I'm
the
hating on
Hanson
him
of us
because
of our middle school.
no, I'm hating on him because
Now,
he's
to be
useless.
clear, it's the older version.
Yeah, it's not
the
New
newer.
52. I know New 52 is like
Useful.
fucking god, but
God, he was cool before that. Just
no,
because you
he
can't.
wasn't.
It's misunderstood.
No, he wasn't misunderstood. He lives in a fucking bubble under the sea. The only reason you give any shits about Aquaman is because he's a mermaid.
No. Okay. Yes.
Don't argue with me.
Barnacle Boy has more powers than.
Thank you.
You leave Barnacle Boy alone.
Yeah, they can throw bubbles.
Well, that's Squirtle's power. That's enough for me.
Right?
Bubble beam, bro.
Please move on.
We can't do this. You
We
need to
can't.
move on.
Because of more recent medias, I'm not really a fan of Green Lantern.
Okay.
I love the new movie.
The
I
new
did
movie
not like
liked.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I
Then again,
watched it.
I
I watched
don't
it
really
multiple
like Ryan
times,
Reynolds.
which means I must have liked it.
What?
Yeah, it's not
I'm
bad.
not really a fan of him.
I liked Ryan Reynolds.
Then
as
you're not
Deadpool.
gonna like Deadpool either.
I know, I'm kind of mad. That
And
Ryan
I'm a
Reynolds
little
Deadpool.
confused how he can play a superhero or a superhero and Deadpool
At the same time.
in two different universes. But
Well, he's probably not the mask
Yeah.
most of the time.
that's true.
Listen, we're all
It's mostly
upset
just
by
his
it,
voice.
but we're moving on.
The Human Torch.
Yeah, the Human
Captain
Torch.
America.
Yeah. Let's...
Yeah, but he looks a lot different than when he was the Human Torch.
Yeah, he does.
And
I didn't even realize at first it
Fantastic
was the
Four
same
wasn't
person.
done by
Deadpool's gonna
Marvel.
have a mask.
Right.
So
And the Fantastic Four was also done by Sony. But they're rebooting it for Marvel.
oh, thank goodness.
But yeah,
Sony ruined all of Marvel's.
Man,
Sony,
they-
stop it!
also because like
Stop DCing things.
Green Lantern's original weakness
Okay, I got my
was
my
wood.
worst one.
Wood?
What's
Yes.
like
I thought it
Yes,
was
I do
yellow
remember
light.
that.
Like
His
when
power
Green
would-
Lantern was
his run
originally
would go
made,
through wood.
It won't.
his weakness was wood. Now his weakness is yellow.
Yeah, the color yellow.
Oh, I thought you said Jello.
Yellow light.
So
Not
did I.
the
I was like,
emotion
I don't like
of yellow.
Jello either.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
like
the
it
emotion of
wiggles.
yellow?
Fear.
Yellow is fear.
Wait a second. What else was wood? There's something
Sonic
else.
screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver.
Dr.
That's
Who.
what I
That's
got one.
exactly what I thought of.
I've never actually seen it work, so he always just points it at shit. And then
And then-
no, that's not true. I've seen it unlock doors.
Yeah. No, but I think the updated
Once.
stuff
I haven't seen the new stuff.
How about you? What's your
Okay.
least favorite?
my least favorite, everyone's gonna hate me, Captain America. He's just too damn wholesome. It's just
Right?
wholesomeness. It's just annoying.
I don't know. I like the new Captain America. I think they did a good job.
He just he
Making it
needs
good.
a
Making it
faults.
good.
A lot of people.
No, you know who hates Captain America? Terrorists. Are you a terrorist, Autumn?
I guess I fucking am. Apparently you are too.
Remember New Atlantis?
For hating Aquaman? No.
Yeah.
That does not make me a
You
terrorist.
probably poil.
Captain
you probably-
America embodies everything this nation stands for!
I don't care. Also, you probably
No,
pour
no.
oil in the ocean just to pollute
No,
Aquaman's life.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think Aquaman and Captain Planet should have like a crossover.
Yeah. They should.
Except DC would ruin Captain Planet.
I so would.
I personally hate all the characters that damsel themselves. Like
Oh.
there are characters that straight up like, I have superpowers, I'm going to fight, and then they get to the fight and they're
Jubilee.
like, oh my god,
Just say
I'm
Jubilee.
Jubilee.
You took
She
mine.
means so well.
All of the
Bless her heart.
superheroes that get to the fight and go, I'm Jubilee. All of them.
Damn it,
Every
you took
single
mine.
one.
Ah, I hated Jubilee so much.
I liked Jubilee. But
I like her
Her
powers.
power's
She's great for
useless.
parties.
No.
Yeah. Her powers
Oh.
Hey,
station.
her powers are not useless. That's how China won most of its wars in the 1800s.
That is
Yeah, in the 1800s.
Actually, probably like the
the
1500s.
I know her actual
the
power.
first comic book I
She doesn't
ever
use it.
read, Jubilee was the main character. I don't remember anything about it. I remember she was in an arcade and she broke the machine and the arcade owner was real pissed at her and she said something witty and teenagery and then a bunch of other things happened and she wound up at the school.
Were you reading the comic version of the first episode of the X-Men cartoon series?
Yeah,
pretty much
probably.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But like, I don't know. It's just Jubilee because
Oh.
she wants to help, but then
But she causes
shit
more of a
goes
problem
down,
than, yeah.
and she just damsels. She just
I hate damsels.
Me too. How do you even damsel? I don't even
I have
know how.
no idea. Like
I've tried before.
when LARPing, I've been like, wait, you're expecting me to damsel? This is the one thing I cannot roleplay. I'm like, help,
yes.
somebody save me?
And
Now,
then
give me that sword.
there's two characters that have the same exact powers. Well, not the same exact, but very similar powers. Morph and wow. No.
Beast Boy.
No.
If you can't think of their names, they don't count.
I know.
Oh, damn,
the
bro.
daughter
Multiple
of
men.
Magneto, or the
Oh.
Raven. What's her name?
Raven?
Mystique.
Oh,
Mystique.
Mystique. Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
Not daughter.
You forgot J-Lo?
I
Really?
did. My
That's
brain
best
just
friend you're
farted.
talking about right now.
I can,
All right, so
I
You
can
forgot
never. I
naked
can.
J-Lo.
I can never forget
my brain.
J-Law.
Oh, I didn't forget the image. I'm thinking Blue Girl all the way. But
Alright, this is
Nightcrawler's mom.
So are you saying they're your least favorite? I'm just so
No,
confused
so-
right now 'cause we're all least favorite.
But Morph and Mystique both have the same powers, but Mystique actually goes towards the fight and is a badass.
She
whereas
finds ways to use her powers for combat.
exactly, Morph is a bitch and just uses his powers to run away
Yeah.
like a little bitch. And I hate that.
His only use is infiltrating.
But he doesn't do that. He tries to just run away. He tries to manipulate people to do everything else for him.
Well,
He'll
I don't know if Morph got the powers.
Or just the image.
or just the image. I think Morph got the powers
Yeah, but
too.
Mystique doesn't get the
Mystique
power.
doesn't-
Mystique doesn't get the power. She just
Right.
gets the image.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's still very good at fighting.
Yeah, she's
I
just
think Morph
very
actually
good
got
at-
the
I thought
powers.
she did got the power.
No,
because
she doesn't get the powers.
Because when she got stabbed in the X-Men movie, she tried to turn into Wolverine so that she could regenerate, but she didn't regenerate fast enough. She didn't switch fast enough, so she couldn't regenerate, and that's how she wound up
No,
getting injured.
Her brain wanted to be
Yeah,
Wolverine.
it didn't actually do anything because
Yeah, it was-
when she turns into Wolverine and fights Wolverine as Wolverine, hits the claw and just goes right through it like it's nothing. Like it's not even there.
This is mine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like every shapeshifter ever that when it dies, it just starts shape-shifting
Yeah.
through the things it's been before.
Alright.
Sorry.
That's how I interpreted
I-
that last shapeshift.
It's
though,
tough
so.
now because
No,
it took
it's-
my
it is
my
confusing.
one away.
Sorry.
Jubilee. It's just
I know. I hated Jubilee so much.
you could just say Superman. Everyone,
No,
everyone hates
I
Superman.
can't. My older brother loves Superman.
So
That doesn't mean you have to.
everyone hates Superman.
Everyone.
I loved him when I was a kid,
You mean
I did.
before?
but
he
as I
had-
became an adult,
Yeah.
I lost respect for him.
There you go.
Thank you, babe.
Because
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye,
Joe.
Have fun at work.
I'm still in seat.
Aw, I gotta
God
steal
damn
his
it.
seat and my seat. You're the worst. Okay.
Okay, I don't have to go now, right? Because that person was there.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't have to go. We can just move on to our favorite.
No, it
villain.
was Jubilee, so let's just go with that.
Superpower?
We already
Was it
discussed
favorite
it.
superpower?
Our
What
favorite
do you hate her
villains.
because she damsels, or why do you hate
It definitely was because of
because-
Damsel, but also her
Her
power.
uselessness.
Her power isn't useless. It's just she doesn't use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the damsel archetype.
It's
Like, I hate every superhero that has a fucking girlfriend. I hate them. I hate the girlfriend immediately. I don't care.
Lois Lane fan?
Immediately, it's like, oh, and this person is clearly the love interest of this superhero. Fucking hate her. You know why? Because I know that bitch is going to do one of two things:
Fall out the window.
somehow be completely ignorant to the coming and going of her own boyfriend. And I don't mean trying to control him or any way, but like, you are completely and utterly ignorant as to when your boyfriend sneaks out the window for 3 hours to fight villains, and you're just like, well, he's obviously taking a really long poo.
Yeah, but to be fair,
Or every
it's-
time that you guys schedule a date and he has to cancel, something bad happens
Something
in the
bad
scene.
happens, and all of a sudden, Spider-Man's
Yeah, stop
all
going
over
on
the place.
dates. It happens every time. Stop it.
it's
but,
not the
um,
going that they care about.
Or eventually they figure it all out and they try to help. That is the thing that I cannot stand about the girlfriend archetype in comics. The helping bit. Just stay the hell out of the way. You can't do anything.
I mean,
You're pointless. You always wear heels and a pencil skirt. Get out of the way. Hole yourself up in a basement, change your name, dye your hair, and just accept the fact that the superhero really likes you and wants to keep you safe.
Or don't be a helpless old lady.
listen. I mean, like, I don't know about the comics, but Peggy Carter in the TV show
Oh
is
my God.
a badass. Like,
Yeah, she is.
she was
TV
Captain
show,
America's
okay.
love interest, but she held her own. She put part in the war. Like, she's fucking kick ass.
Yeah, there's always an exception that proves the rule, but even
Yeah.
Pepper Potts, I want to punch in the
I-
face. I hate
Ugh,
Pepper Potts.
I hate-
I hate Lois Lane. I hate
Mary Jane.
I hate MJ. I hate Gwen Stacy. I hate all of them. I can hate them. They're like, I was watching Smallville, and they were like, Lana Lang. Hated her. I was like, clearly the love interest. Hate her.
Tired to a.
You know what? I hated Jean Grey because she was the love interest of 2 of the X-Men, and I was just like, you're gonna damsel. And she fucking did.
She damsels hard.
She
though.
damsels hard. Like,
Like Phoenix hard.
Jean Grey. The fucking worst. The worst!
Yeah, I'd have to say, like, when I'm trying to sit here and think of a different bad superhero, I always come back to one of the X-Men somewhere. Like besides
That's because there's enough
Jubilee, but there's
There is
enough
enough of
bad.
them.
There's
X-Men.
enough X-Men where you're like, that one's cool, that one's cool. Like, you're cool, you're cool, you're cool. Fuck you, you're cool, you suck, you're cool. No, 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 no.
And, well, the whole thing of the X-Men is that it's any superpower you could think of.
Yeah.
Let's put it on a person,
Yeah.
even if it's the most retarded thing ever. like the ability to change channels by blinking.
Yeah, but you also have and then in the
thought you were
X-Men,
That's a
about to
very
say talk
annoying.
to
the
him
third
in
X-Men
the
movie, you
war. I was
have
gonna punch you in the-
only three X-Men powers used by the bad guys. They all either had teleportation, I don't even remember
Super
the rest.
strength.
Super strength or one other thing. Like they all were all either Nightcrawler and had to even smoke after as well.
Yeah.
It was
What are you
stupid.
talking about from First Class?
No, the third movie, the one that had Dark
Oh.
Phoenix in it.
Oh,
Oh.
Stupid.
The-
Future.
Nightcrawler's dad.
No.
Future
No.
Past.
No. He's talking
No.
about
Future
X-Men 3.
Past was actually pretty good.
He's talking about X-Men 3.
Oh.
X-Men 3.
When they just had the camp of
Where you had
mutants.
all those mutants that like they all had three powers. That they all had one of those three powers. That's it.
Yeah. No, it's just I hate the girlfriend archetype. I just hate it.
I hate
And
certain
then-
iterations of Iceman. I love the idea behind Iceman, but they do like he's been terrible before.
I hate certain iterations of Pyro.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they give
Sometimes
him
it's just like
crazy things.
I also wind up really hating when, like, especially this always happens with X-Men, but like, you know, Superman, all those other things where they're like, they start extrapolating.
Let's just give him extra powers.
Like, and it's just
Future
like, you
past.
know, like you're sitting here and you're
Cat.
like specific, like, you know, go with Superman. Like, okay, well, he started off with super strength and he can, you know,
Hop tall
leap tall buildings in a single bound.
that's
All right, well, let's
Faster than a speeding bullet.
faster than a speeding bullet, leap tall buildings. Let's make him fly. Okay,
It's a little bit of a stretch, but okay.
I'm following you. His powers are getting better. Okay. Okay.
Laser
Okay, and
vision.
then we're gonna make him fly backwards around the Earth and make him turn back time.
Now,
I'm sorry.
does he have to
what?
actually be facing the other way and fly
No,
backwards
he,
for it to
it's
work?
just he just
Reverse the
He
rotation.
reverses the rotation of the
rotation.
Earth. That,
Like-
that's not how that works.
No.
Bro,
That's not
dog.
how
How
time
any of
works.
this works.
Bro, dog.
Any of this works.
But
Bro.
like, yeah, he started out with super
Yeah.
speed, super strength, and to be able to jump really high. And then they gave him laser vision,
X-ray vision.
X-ray
X-
vision.
X-ray
vision.
vision,
Heat vision.
heat vision, super
Freeze
breath,
freeze-
ice breath,
Yeah.
Like, where are they getting this
and
from?
then they're like, oh, Flash can
Invulnerable.
move really fast and vibrate through buildings. Superman can do that too, because why not?
yeah, because why not?
Because Superman can go faster than Flash,
He can
but
breathe in outer space.
doesn't need to breathe.
Forget about his weakness because he can now overcome his weakness. Kryptonite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as of a couple
Yeah, he's
weeks
got a
ago, he
storyline
can
where he-
explode.
Yep.
I hate like that's like the worst. I know I just skipped like tons of things and went into false and superhero logic
That's
over
fine.
here. But man, do I hate the like the superpower that writers have of extrapolation.
Yeah.
It is my least favorite superpower because it's just like, you know what else it can do? Plot device.
You know what? Some of them make sense. Some of them do, and I'm okay with them. Not,
I'm
not happy, but okay with
I'm
them.
over them. Like
Yeah.
it's
No one likes God Matter.
yeah.
But like,
No one.
Like if
It's
you're giving
Superman.
God,
if you're giving people like if you're giving your characters weird powers and trying to extrapolate because this is getting like this because it's getting stronger as a plot device, you're writing incorrectly.
Yeah.
Don't make the don't just give them something. Like there's a thing about writing where you can use a plot device to get a character into like you know an accident or something to get them into a really bad situation, but never use a coincidence to get them out of that situation. Like you can use an accidental coincidence or some weird extrapolation to get them into a bad situation, but a good writer will never coincidence their character out of a bad situation. They will always write write a detail, you know, follow a linear theme and plot, and the character comes better. Otherwise, people just start freaking hating the character. Like Superman, I hate Superman. I hate him. No.
Days of Future Past, Cat.
can suddenly project people's minds into the future. She walks through walls. What the heck? How did this happen?
In what way does this make
I
sense?
can go through their head and make their brain.
No, stop.
Their
It's
consciousness
it's a
goes
brain wall.
through.
It's a brain wall.
You're walking through their brain. You're brainwalking.
It's called-
No,
it's called
that's not
thought.
how this works. That's
That's
not how
not how
any of
it
this
works.
works. What are we talking about? Our least
The
favorite.
faults and tropes that we don't like in comics.
Yeah.
And- and superheroes.
Yeah, at this point, tropes and says
But we'll come back to villains and powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Faults and tropes. I have a problem that people. Okay, it happens in anime a lot as well. But when when superheroes don't use powers until later on in the series, so like there's no like special training or anything like that. But in the beginning, something happens that usually in anime at least someone dies, and later on
Awesome.
they could have used. They could have used a power that they have later on that they don't explain until then to save that person. Now, granted, this is like probably like I'm thinking like a 200 episode thing will have that type of thing happen, and it's like, why?
It's the time turner.
Why didn't you
effect.
just use a sensu bean to cure his cancer?
It's the time turner effect.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just use the time turner?
Yeah,
Why were you only using this
that
to
plot
save
device
the
only
hippogriff
worked once, I guess.
and take extra classes,
But not
to do
not
anything
Dumbledore.
else,
not save Dumbledore, or the not
or
Literally anything.
literally anything else.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, granted, with the time turner, she didn't have it after the third movie. She had to return it.
But they don't explain that in the movies.
In the
but
movies,
yes.
they don't. In the books, they do.
The books, yeah.
well, I mean, and even so, like once
Wouldn't
you
you
hit
think-
the fourth book, like why was she like what was she like?
Oh, we're in life or death battles. I'm just gonna bring this time turner because it's fucking useful as fuck.
Like seriously, like she
No, like
she got the time turner for educational reasons. Why? Would the cleverest witch of her age not be like, you know, what'd be fucking useful in a battle against Voldemort, which we are clearly coming up upon soon? A time turner. I'm just gonna keep taking extra classes since I'm an insufferable know-it-all anyway. And then we have a time turner, just in case. Like, Autumn and I plan for, like, the weirdest possible things. We're like, what if I want, you know, like, we're packing for a day trip. We're like, what if I get hungry? What if I get thirsty? What if I want to clean something? What if I
you
get
need
bored?
stairs?
What if there are no stairs or chairs? What if I get lonely? What if there's a disco party? Like, this girl could have been like, what if I need a time turner? When do you not need a time turner? When? Tell me an instant.
Clearly, when you're fighting the
When
force
you
of the
don't
darkness.
need it when you're fighting the Dark Lord? Like, no, let's shit. Let's go back to
Like,
year 2.
Actually, you can even go with like this guy. And you can't see it, but it's Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. He has all like in the second movie. I don't know if you have seen it. He has so many gadgets and everything on him that they could have used years ago, literally years ago.
In all fairness, though, the creation of those gadgets did not occur.
I know, but he had the
He had the ability to.
had
do
the
that.
ability to create it, and
But he
just
didn't
because-
have the support. Like, I know I'm Hiccup biased.
No, I
But he
understand.
didn't have the support to create the gadgets.
He did
Once-
still create gadgets, though.
Yes, but not in the extensive. You know, he was still trying to create gadgets to help his family show that creating gadgets is just as important as fighting dragons. So he was trying to he had a set path in his child mind that this is going to help, and then once it hit, they were like, hey, gadgets might help us train dragons and take care of them and do other things. And also, he needs a new fucking leg was it?
Yes.
Also, he needs a new leg, so let's figure that shit out. And then by the second movie, they're like, gadgets! We're all gonna be Batman!
Also, I think they pointed out, like in the first part, most of his gadgets didn't work.
They don't actually point that
They
out.
do.
They do.
They
In the
kind
very
of do.
beginning. Because when
his-
he's bringing out the crossbow with the net,
Yeah.
they're like, "Stop! Your
Well-
gadgets always cause trouble."
But it wasn't that it didn't work. It was that it just didn't do what they wanted it to do.
It just girlfriended.
Yes. Yes, he does. He
And-
does it in the second movie.
Yeah, it's a Hiccup girlfriend. Like I'm always torn between liking and not liking Hiccup because it is Jay Baruchel, but he girlfriends, and I just don't like that.
Thank you, nothing useless reptile. Now, who's his love interest though? Is it?
It's Astrid.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
because
Astrid.
I
No,
don't know.
because
I know.
he bonds well with Toothless. What he does not bond well
But
with,
Toothless saves him more.
but the girlfriend, Astrid saves him enough times, and he is. If you want to look at it from the side of he's the girlfriend class, Astrid is the hero.
No, he's not a druid. It's okay.
Toothless is the best friend.
Yeah.
You know, Astrid's the hero that does a lot. Toothless is the best friend that does most of it. And he's the girlfriend who really tries and just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Any other tropes or
Yeah.
things that you...
I could just give more
Um,
of mine.
yeah. So I want to point out that I'm the only one here who actually likes DC.
We like
just wanna put that out here right now.
individuals
To be
of
fair, I don't
DC.
know who's in what. I don't read comics. I don't
Yeah,
do comics.
The easy way to differentiate between the two of them is Marvel happens in our world, so it uses New York City, it uses San Francisco, that kind of thing. So anytime it happens in an easily recognizable location from our map, it's Marvel. If it happens in a made-up location that looks similar to some of our locations,
Yeah.
Gotham, Metropolis, etc.,
So-and-so,
it's
so-and-so.
DC.
To be fair, like,
But anyway,
sorry.
one of the things I hate about comics is retconning. But I especially, it has to be done because artists change, writers change, the times change. But I hate the way DC retcons the infinite universes.
Retconning does not actually have to happen. If you're a good writer, you can work with the shit that other people gave you.
No, they just want to, but they just want to do
They
what
want to
they
make
want.
their own, so
They-
they
yeah,
want
they
to
wa-
retcon it.
they
But yes,
wanna
I agree with you.
retcon,
They
yeah.
definitely don't have to. What do
Yes.
you mean by infinite universes? Like I said, I don't know.
So the DC has this thing called infinite universes. You know the infinite universe concept where
I do.
you know, on one
I
planet
know very
Superman's
much so.
good and doesn't
Yes.
kill, on another planet he does. Well, they do that, but they use that to retcon. They'll take the superhero from one of the alternate universes and throw him into Earth 1 or Earth 0. So the main universe that you see all the comics in DC is Earth 0. That's what it's labeled
Okay.
as. They
Oh,
label
I
that
kind
as
of
the
like
Earth 0.
that. That gives more of a reason than I've seen in other.
But the way DC Universe does it is it's very confusing. And there's so much crossover. There was actually two series. There was the Infinite Crisis
Yeah.
and the Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Really.
where the universes just all collapsed together and then exploded again.
Finally.
In the interview, and then they like.
Okay.
But usually, like when these timelines happen, the beginning and end, the state ends up the same. So it's like pointless. It didn't have to happen. If it didn't happen, nothing would have changed.
Okay.
And like I don't like the infinite universes, the way DC does it, at least. I like the concept of having an alternate universe of, oh well, what if the characters had decided to Batman didn't have his rule of not killing.
Yeah.
I like that concept, or
Marvel
Supergirl and Power Girl.
Yeah.
Two different progressions for that character.
Marvel just has a what if comic book.
Yeah.
I'm slightly more okay with what if inators.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, like Marvel specifically has a comic that's called What If.
But,
and
yeah,
it's like,
DC,
what if this
yeah.
happened?
DC started off
Super
with
fun.
just having like a couple different alternate universes with just having
Yeah.
alternate versions of characters, but then it just kind of exploded and went out of control, and it gets very confusing.
I can understand where. Okay, so I get what you're saying. You don't like how DC specifically recons, but I think reconning in a whole. Retconning is a good thing in whole because it kind of keeps the story. Like you can change
Keeps things
storylines.
fresher.
Yeah, like, I mean, do you think
The
things-
main reason for retconning is a decision the writers do that the fans hate, that they undo.
But like, do you think comics would still be relevant today if it was exactly the same storyline?
No.
Exactly.
No.
It
Some would.
keeps it right, but it
But-
wouldn't be as
But there's a
Prevalent,
difference.
like-
There's a difference between but
Right,
the
like,
thing is
characters
that
involved.
first off, going off of a decision that the fans hate, a decision that you've made that the fans hate. Now, going going back to the extrapolation of superhero powers, that's normally what winds up happening. Or, like, some stupid decision that the writer makes to, like, make the comic his own and just... It fails. Instead of
Superman is just in a coma.
retconning, think about what you're doing before you do it. Have an actual story arc in mind and stop writing like, oh, you know what would be cool if he fought a dinosaur. Oh, you know what would be cool if he caught a shit demon. Like, what?
Oh, you know what'd be
Stop
cool?
doing what would
This
be cool.
superhero's been alive for over 100 years, gets sniped in the head
Right?
at
Like,
a press conference.
come on. Like, stop what would be cool and go with
Captain
what
America.
makes more sense in a
After the
story.
Marvel Civil War. He's giving a speech, he gets sniped in the head, and then so they were intending to kill off Captain America after that. But then the fans hated it, and they're like, oh, it wasn't actually him. It wasn't actually Captain Rogers. It was
It was
That
it was
I
a
do.
body double.
That I do hate. No, yeah, see, but I guess I'm thinking of a different sense. I'm not saying like, oh, they made a mistake, let's fix it quick, because that's annoying. I'm thinking, well, that storyline's cool, but imagine like the alternative universe or like an alternative storyline where they have that superpowers, but this happens instead. It's like
Reboots.
right.
Yeah.
kinda
I'm
like
okay
that.
with reboots.
Okay, so that's
reboots
Reboots
are
are
better. Like,
different.
for example,
Yeah.
like, you know, with for example, Wonder Woman. You could still have the concept of Wonder Woman, but not make her weakness men.
right.
Way back when it wasn't appropriate, but it was
It was accepted.
acceptable to do.
That's what it. Yeah.
Now it's not acceptable, but you still want to have Wonder Woman because she,
Right.
generally speaking, is a really good character for girls to look up to. She's a superhero.
Yeah.
She's
Right.
in the Justice League. You know, she's a very well-known character. But now you have to be like, that man thing. We can't do that. You can
It's not
either.
okay.
You can either do one of my least favorite things and extrapolate beyond it, or you can reboot and say, that is a weakness for another time.
right.
Let's move
Times
forward.
change,
Kind of like,
yeah.
you know, her crappy costume but from way back when ain't gonna fly either. You know? So,
Yeah.
there's a difference between moving with the times and making a poor decision because you're what if, like, you know,
Yeah.
you're what would be cooling. I hate what would be cooling. If
Yeah.
you are thinking, what would be cool is, stop. Whatever you're doing. If you're writing a story, if you're writing a tabletop campaign,
Stop.
if you're
It's
writing
on time.
anything,
Sorry.
just stop. Stop. If you're saying what would be cool, the answer is not that.
Yeah, but you know what would be cool is if Starfire was a whore.
Is she not?
In the new comic books, they literally make her like.
Like, yeah.
In the
she's
original,
just
she
like,
kind of was too.
Yeah, but it's like
Worse.
way worse now.
Ugh.
Well,
It's like
within
back
the
on my
times.
planet,
Star-
we have sex to say hello.
I was gonna say Starfire was just pretty much a hippie with powers, as far as I remember.
Yes, but like now she's just like
Yes.
over sexualized.
Yeah,
like,
but-
to a ridiculous
But
degree.
way back when she was a hippie, now she is what people think of the 60s that didn't actually occur.
Yes.
I just see if okay, if everyone here that I know, if everyone I know was a superhero, Starfire would be Nina.
Yes.
No doubt.
yeah.
Yes,
from the
she
one I
would.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
She
it's
definitely
not
would
even
be.
much of a stretch.
No, it's not.
I'd probably be Raven.
You definitely would be Raven.
I don't know who I would be.
Beast Boy.
You would be Beast Boy.
Yeah, you're right.
We have Robin
Joe
downstairs.
would be Robin.
Pat would be Cyborg.
No, you would be
You'd be
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
I'd be Cyborg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're the tech dude.
Why are we doing all DC? What
He's
about
the- he's
let's
the
try
robot
Marvel?
master.
Because right now we're
Cyborg and Robin.
right now we're Teen Titans Go.
Actually,
That's
Yeah,
true.
Well, not Teen Titans Go. Teen
can I
Titans.
be Deathstroke?
no.
It's like Wilson.
No, you
can't
can't. You
choose
can't
who
pick
you-
your own.
You
Well, you
can't-
can choose to be who you are, but you're not that person.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you still
Make
can't
your life
pick your own.
choices.
It's not like I picked Raven. I just
No.
accepted
So
the fact
anyway,
that I am
Forget it, Doug.
Raven.
Forget it, Doug. You're Freakazoid.
Ah.
Freakazoid was awesome.
He was.
So, my least favorite trope.
There we go. Sorry.
Sorry.
Wow, I guess-
Um,
sidetracked.
We got
Oh,
it.
You said
so-
yours.
Make it quick, because we got
Keep going.
people. The chat
Yeah.
wants us to move on to villains and powers.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. We're
okay.
sorry. We're
Yeah,
bad.
Jamie
Terrible.
Nina is totally
Forced
Starfire.
amnesia.
Oh,
Because-
it's like a soap opera.
But
Like
not
a
only
soap
that,
opera.
like,
Plot cannon. Or
Yeah.
plot hammer. Plot hammer.
because of that, everyone else happens to know what really happened, but refuses to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was there. Well, what happened in my past? I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you. But
I was there. I wasn't paying attention at the time.
you know what
But
happened. You were there. Why don't you just tell me? Why do you have to keep alluding to it for the next 100
Yeah.
chapters?
Yeah. They just want to draw it out. That's what
Yeah.
it normally is.
Fuck you,
So,
Professor X.
For purpose
Tell me
of
what happened.
time, do we want to skip villains for another time and just focus on superhero powers? 'Cause then we
Alright,
get
well,
super stuff and then villains.
let's do powers.
Okay.
Let's do powers, and then we'll see what
But
we
we've
do.
done powers before.
Not here.
Okay.
We talk about it a lot, which is why this should go really fast because mine and Autumn's are the same thing.
Yeah, but I have a second favorite.
Okay. Well, either way, the best superpower, and I defy you to find me a better one.
Yeah. Get ready to post because we're
Get
gonna
ready
beat ya.
because we're gonna blow your mind here.
It's
Yep.
my favorite too.
Animorph.
Animals. Hey Rachel, I want to be invisible.
Okay, be a fly.
Apparently, I wouldn't.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Continue.
Whatever.
Good.
If you want to be invisible, you're a fly. You want to
been a
fly? Be a bird. If you want to have the strength of 10 men, be a bear.
Or a gorilla. Or anything, really.
I say bear because
Yes.
I'm still stuck on more dudes.
Yes. Oh, wait. You want to be able to breathe underwater? Be a fish, or a dolphin, or a whale,
Or a frog.
or an octopus.
Ugh.
sorry, I didn't even mean to do that.
Ugh. Ugh.
You want to
Or
produce
mantis shrimp.
jewels? Become an oyster. Make fucking pearls. Boom!
Sandy
Like
Jones.
seriously, that is a superpower giving you the money to create better superpowers.
Right?
Boom.
Oh, you want to be able to afford cool gadgets like Batman and Iron Man? Make pearls.
Oyster,
Jamie, what do you
get
mean
some
repeat
sand
from
in your
last week?
badge. Continue,
We had
Pat.
this conversation.
I thought we did.
We had this conversation about the animal powers. I think when we had the
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
The what ifs.
What would
Yeah, I
you
thought
would
so.
rather?
Would you
Okay,
rather?
well, this is why it should go fast.
Right.
But anyway, I defy you to find me a better superpower. Go ahead, try.
There isn't. I don't think.
Exactly.
It
Because
covers all of it.
covers all of it.
Boom.
It does have its weaknesses though, like its limitations.
Like,
The ability, how you get the transformation ability.
well, we're not talking about
Not
how.
particularly that one, but the problem is you have whatever the weakness of that creature
But
is.
you also have the weakness of the creatures.
So, like,
Oyster,
if you're a fly,
you're really
you can
small.
easily squash.
And-
Oyster, you can't do a whole lot yourself.
But you're only making fucking pearls. What
And
do you
gotta,
need to be
and
big
you have
for?
to live in water. You have to be in water.
Just have an aquarium ready.
Bathtub. No, you gotta do the bathtub so that when you unmorph, you're not breaking 12 million
That's
aquariums.
true.
Your bathtub.
Yeah.
And you're not like I don't know. Do your clothes transform too?
If you're going by the original Animorph books, only if they're skin tight. So if you wear sports bra and biker shorts, you're good. But I'm also not going to extrapolate via the Animorph book series because you also have to touch an animal to gain its DNA.
Right.
You have to touch a glowing blue block. You have to know a bunch of aliens. It's very
Very
That's
complicated
involved.
procedure.
Animorphs from the book is a very complicated procedure. You can be
we're
Beast
coming-
Boy. You can do it.
Yeah.
Beast Boy thought.
Yeah, but they were green. I'm
In
saying.
the cards, yes.
Yeah, that was the only thing. Is he was always green.
So you always knew when it was Beast Boy.
It's like, wait a second. That bear is green.
But so?
But
the bear's
that is
still kicking your ass.
But that is why Animorphs is the best, hands down, superpower you will ever think of. And now whenever anybody goes, what superpower would you have? The answer is Animorphs. Always. If anybody would like to argue with me, you can feel free to, or we can move on to...
Well,
least
you already
favorite
know mine,
superpowers.
which really is yours too, kind of.
What is?
It's the copying powers. So
Yeah, copying powers.
yes, that's also
Um,
in a world where there's powers. Yes, it's good. And if the world doesn't have powers, I still think I have that power. Just you guys better start doing some more.
You
things
better,
so I
you
can-
better start.
so I
I
can
have
pick up
that
on that
power. You
stuff.
better start.
Go.
figuring it
So mine falls in line with the superheroes I like. It's money, but also the genius with the money to be able to actually go through that genius.
Yes, Joe. We see that you like super speed.
Yeah, we see that, Joe.
Joe, we
Joe
got
likes
you.
super speed.
We got you, Joe.
Joe likes super speed.
But I also
Maybe
like
like-
invisibility.
Like a cheetah? No.
like a cheetah
Or a
and
swallow.
a fly,
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
like a hummingbird and like a mosquito,
Or even
a gnat.
You want to go over our second favorite power?
I'm torn because I just thought of something that might actually fit.
No, you didn't. But go ahead, try.
Time traveling.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, I would never
Time travel is a
consider
terrible
time
thing.
I would never want to do it.
Time travel
But I'm
is a
saying that's
terrible
something
thing.
It just
that we
it
can't.
always ends badly.
Oh yeah, that's something that
We
as
can't-
we can't do.
Right. That's just the only thing I.
But
thought.
why would you want to do time travel? Is a
You're
terrible,
gonna
Lee,
fuck everything
Lee,
up
for
on us.
immortality for the Animorphs, you could just be,
a
you
turtle.
could be a lobster.
Tortoise.
They live for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Turtles also live for
Yes.
Turtles.
hundreds of years.
Turtles live for
Years.
hundreds of years.
I thought it was only tortoises.
No.
turtles.
No.
But tortoises.
Terrapins.
Yeah, terrapins. But like a lobster lives for literally like they don't know when they die. They don't have a time frame.
Right.
Yeah, but if you really wanted to be immortal, which don't even
Yeah, that's another thing you don't want to be.
that'll be for our 3 wishes
Yeah.
episode because I've got so many flaws with that one. Don't
Yeah.
even get me started.
All right, you want to
Did
go?
you
over,
see how fucked up this guy was? Like Wolverine.
You want to go over your
Healing?
next favorite besides Animorphs?
Yeah. Teleporting. I just think that'd be awesome. But like not
instantaneous teleporting or
not Nightcrawler teleporting, Jumper teleporting.
Jumper. Okay.
Oh, Jumper!
I love
like
Jumper. It's
You can
such a
go
good
anywhere
one.
you want,
Yes.
regardless of
I also like the push. That's good.
knowledge of location.
Right.
That's well, Jumper. They had to have the base knowledge
Yeah.
of where they
Obviously,
Get to see it.
for safety reasons, you have to know where you're going, so you don't teleport into an object.
Right.
Yeah.
And for Jumper, he used a like visual representation of the location to go through it. But Nightcrawler, it's like you're teleporting through a alternate netherworld demon realm to get to
Okay.
the other location. Oof.
So they want us to extend the chat a little bit, or extend the stream a little bit. So
We will.
Oh, we can do that if that's what you guys want. We can extend it.
Yep. He asked a while ago, and everyone has said yes except for Jamie, who said she has to be up in 6 hours.
Yeah.
But no,
well,
she said
Lawrence
yes.
and Lee said yes, and then Lawrence like yes, let's have it.
Okay. All right. So least favorite
Well, Jamie said
superpower.
sure.
Yeah.
Least favorite superpower.
That's good.
Animorphs.
Immortality.
No.
Immortality is my least favorite superpower.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into it completely, but there are way too many restrictions and extrapolations and issues that come into immortality that mostly because I'm terrified of the story of the monkey's paw. Where it's specifically not the monkey's paw story, like yes, that story, but the what's it called? Twilight Zone monkey's paw,
Oh.
where the woman used her wish to wish for her husband to come back the way he was right before he died and live and then wound up live forever and ever and ever and ever or whatever, and completely forgot that he had already been embalmed. So he just woke up and lived screaming in pain because he was embalmed, and then somebody finally was like, no, wait, give me the damn monkey's paw. I wish for him to be dead again. This is horrifying. But also, immortality in and of itself has too many restrictions. You can't just, like, in this case, we'd have to be like, I want to be immortal and immune to disease and immune to aging. Like, immortal doesn't mean immune to aging.
Right. You could be old, decrepit. Blech. Don't want to be old.
It also does not mean you can't be killed.
Right.
It just means you will not die from
Natural causes.
Right. So
From
at
what
that
you
point
It's
in
said.
time,
excruciating pain when you get fucking shot.
right. So like
Well, no,
immortality.
you can be killed by being shot.
So many, yeah.
Cut off the head, you're dead.
That's true.
So immortality is my least favorite superpower, specifically because everyone's like, ugh, immortality. But then they assume that like now your one superpower you're assuming has like 8 other superpowers in it because you're like immortal. Also
It's-
impervious to harm, unaging.
Yeah, it's not God mode.
Yeah.
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 It's just Thanos. It's
You-
not God knows.
You aren't Superman.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't give you invulnerability or invincibility. It's just
It's just immortal.
immortal.
Yeah. Okay.
And then plus, if you're immortal, you literally have to sit there and watch everyone around you
Die.
grow old. Not just die.
I know.
Grow old, get sick, and die.
Mhm.
And you have to continue watching do this.
stupid. I'm just gonna find the
But
power
there can be
gauntlet
only
and
one.
all the
Or how about like,
I'm done.
power
you know,
crystals.
not
and
only that, but it's like
rule the universe.
you watch everyone die, but you watch a small child die of cancer and suffer
Yeah.
from cancer. Like, and you can't take that pain away.
Like,
And you're a twat.
and you're yeah.
You're not as cool as this little fucking kid. You're a twat because you're a grown up.
So it's no immortality. Not something. It is a terrible, terrible superpower to have. If we're picking one specific superpower, the only other superpower that's just as bad as immortality is time travel. Because there
Yeah.
ain't no way.
You ain't fucking shit up.
There ain't no way you can use that power, and it can either. It will never be for the greater good. It will never wind up coming
pick
out
two.
completely good.
No, right?
Watch me.
Both years were fine for me, but no, I gotta pick another one. Damn it, Rachel.
But you know what I mean? Like,
His least favorite superpower is Racheling.
and that's my most favorite.
Yeah, no, there's no way that time travel will ever work right.
It never does. You're gonna step on that butterfly.
I'm going to probably say
Don't step on my butterfly. What's
rage
my
is a
butterfly?
superpower.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a fan of. I know my brother loves the Hulk. Keith loves the Hulk. The problem I have with it is I never want to be that stupid.
Yeah.
If
out
I
of
can
control.
be super strong and impervious to everything, but I can't think of how to open a door, that's a problem to me.
But now,
Hulk
Pat,
smash.
Just smash the door.
I know Hulk doesn't open doors. Okay,
No,
you
no,
don't have to
no,
point
no.
that out to me.
No, the Hulk is a genius.
Mm,
The Hulk doesn't use
No.
his
In the
genius when he's
comics.
a Hulk.
No, in the comics, the Hulk is a genius.
Okay,
The
that's
Hulk-
not what I'm
the-
talking about.
the
Then
Hulk-
I'm talking about just
Yeah,
blind
no, no.
rage.
Early,
is a
you're
problem.
talking about
Like,
early
out of
Hulk,
control.
where
Sure.
Bruce Banner couldn't control.
I don't read comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, blind
Blind
rage, no thank
Just
you.
like the X-Men that has it too.
Yeah. Or Bane. Bane's also terrible.
Bane,
Oh.
Blind Rage, X-Men,
Bane's
Sabretooth.
also a genius.
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
Okay, Sabretooth, yes.
Rage as a form.
I get the power you
Just
hate.
pure
rage,
blind rage.
but you-
If they have intelligence, that's not what I'm talking about.
So you're talking about a lot of the movie portrayal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
no, like the newer Hulk is smarter. I absolutely get that. But, and he's working on that. I understand. That's not what I'm talking about.
Well, like you're talking about the old like the
Yeah, I'm just talking like
He's talking about when you
Tommy
lose
Lee
control.
Jones, or not the Tommy
Sabretooth also had super
or,
healing.
uh,
yeah, Sabretooth had
Right.
George
but-
Clooney, Batman and Robin Bane,
Yes.
where he was just a mindless.
Yeah.
Sabretooth also had the Blind Rage,
Because
which is what we're
Bane
referring to.
in the
Right.
comics, he's actually the leader of he's like a gang leader, and he's really smart.
I understand. No, when
Yeah.
when stupid blind rage is
he
a
creates a
terrible power.
poison that makes him super strong.
Yeah, he created the Venom that makes him goof
And
up,
it slowly kills himself, but
slowly kills himself, but it
Yeah.
doesn't actually he doesn't lose his mind.
right.
Yeah.
Other people do.
Right.
He doesn't.
There's a film on my Fitbit thing. On my 5 Below Fitbit.
Oh, I couldn't peel it off for you.
Suck it!
I love
I
peeling
love
those.
peeling those things off.
I leave things on like my refrigerator and stuff to peel like years later. It's so much fun.
You're just like when you have
that's
a
a little
bad
creepy.
day and you're like, oh, what's the matter?
Her superpower.
What's the matter?
Superpower. Mom.
This is a lot.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's ever since the bed got on the floor.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
I don't like the ability to read people's minds when that's
Jamie, I
the
agree.
Yeah.
when that's the only power the person has.
I think there's so many. I mean, like, so I guess it's again you have to have stipulations. Like, if
I'm not
you
talking
can
about
read people's-
telepathy. I'm talking about just being able to read people's
Right, but
minds.
if you can read people's minds, can you shut it off?
Well, the thing.
Can you
yeah,
decipher
if-
that person to that
if
person
you
to that person
assume
to that
that they
person?
can shut it, like they can choose when to do it, it's not that bad of a power because you know what's going to what they're thinking about doing beforehand, and it depends on also how much of a power you get to it. Like if I just know like he's thinking about like I just hear the words he's thinking like turtles, squid, octopus, that's a problem. If I know like he feels that he's hungry and going to eat something soon, or if I
Yeah.
know that he feels agitated, that's even better because now I know how I can say something and see how he's going to react to it, and then manipulate that from there.
See, I used to think reading people's mind was cool, but I just feel like it's such a violation at this point. It's like Inappropriate.
like
No, I don't want.
Inappropriate.
Well, because especially because you're a lady, it's just like literally just be all day just
Well, not-
hearing
Not every.
men think about you like that.
Right. I
Oh,
mean,
it's the worst.
That would
Right?
literally, but all.
it's just,
I mean, you hear that now because I'm married to you, but like, like
No,
It's just-
Jimmy
hearing it from
has
everybody
no
else.
internal
it's
monologue.
inappropriate. You can never use it for good. Like, come on.
No, you
I
can.
no, I also never want to hear what people say about me.
Yeah.
Like if you're,
Bliss.
I
yeah.
specifically, I am
Mhm.
not one of the people that's like, if you're gonna say it behind my back, say it to my face. Don't say it to my face. You want to say anything you want behind my back? Fine. You put on a nice face. You be respectful and polite to me. I don't want to hear what you think about me. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was Heroes that used it as
I got
the
nothing.
cop had the
I know.
ability to hear thoughts.
Yeah, but it's only a matter
and
of time
he
before
used it to
Yeah.
find criminals, find
Yeah.
Yeah, but when
find a lost child.
yes, I get that. But when the cop has something bad to him and he becomes jaded or something like
Right.
this, and he starts being corrupted, which almost always,
Always
happens,
happens.
it's no longer for good, and therefore all the good things he did is now.
Yeah, and then like, how often can you go like sitting there being like, I know that guy is going to commit some sort of crime, but he hasn't done it yet.
Right.
Like I can't arrest him because I know he's
Now you're
planning
gonna
on
go
committing
crazy.
a crime.
You're gonna go Minority Report this shit.
Like you can't like because and admittedly like there are some times when I'm like I really want to fucking kill
Well,
that
I think
person.
that's what
Yeah.
ended up happening is like
And then-
he knew a bad guy did something and like he couldn't do anything about it, so
Yeah.
he just did
What?
something
right.
himself and then got
Yeah.
fired.
And like, but admittedly, like, how many times have you been like, I honestly believe I'm gonna punch this person in the face. Doesn't mean I'm actually gonna do it.
It's true.
So
True.
now this person who's listening to my thoughts is like, this person gonna punch that person in the face. I'm gonna stop them, and now I'm getting hit, and I'm like, bitch, please.
Yep. Cause more issues.
You're right. That is a terrible superpower.
Yep.
Who said that one? You're right. That is a terrible superpower. I would hate to know what other people think about me.
My well, it's not my list because we're pretty much covering all of them. But another terrible superpower is X-ray vision. First off, where does X-ray vision come from? Who the fuck cares what your bones look like? Look at a skeleton. Also, if it's just to see through clothes, you're a dirty creep. Like, come on now.
And really, if your X-ray vision only goes through one layer of cloth, then that's a really shitty X-ray
Right.
vision anyway.
Now you get to see everyone naked and
But
you
that's
feel
not really,
confident.
like,
And it's not really
X-ray.
going to be a problem,
Like-
too, because like if you see everyone naked all the time, you're not going to care.
Right. So it's not advantageous at all.
Yeah,
at
you're
all.
not going to care. You're going to care like if you get it when you're a teenager. While you're a teenager, after that, you're just not going to care.
And
And,
then, like,
there's
a-
some people you don't want to see like that.
Yeah. 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 You
Like,
don't, you can't unsee
90
things.
90% of the
It
population.
was literally it was a superpower created for the creepy guys that were like 8 years old imagining girls naked. Like, you guys, shame on you. Shame.
I got those
Actually, it was
X-ray
created,
glasses.
I think, for like Superman to be able to see into
Listen,
see through
we've
walls.
already discussed Superman.
I know.
He's a problem.
But
Superman is hashtag.
But-
He's seeing through walls to look at women.
it's
naked.
X-ray vision.
I'm gonna start a new trend on Twitter. Hashtag
So
part
that's
of
how
the
it
Superman.
started on Smallville. Was when he was developing the power. The
Terrible.
first time it happened was he looked into the girls' locker room.
I wish
he didn't want to
this
do
is
that.
What I
He
wish.
didn't want to do that.
Yes,
but
this
that's
is
just
what I wish.
What
It
happened?
started developing, and he accidentally looked into his parents' bedroom and saw them having sex. And then he would be rated.
Yep. And he'd be like, I gotta cut up my eyes.
Yes.
Gotta cut up my eyes.
Just imagine.
Grab
Um,
me the spoon.
But X-ray vision, stopped by a thin sheet of lead.
But yeah, that's everything's like just. I'm gonna walk around in lead armor. That doesn't actually touch me because that would be a problem.
So girls
You
now
just
have
coat
to wear
everything in
lead
lead paint.
in
Yeah.
order for them not
Well,
to see
lead
our
paint's not
And
good
bones.
either, 'cause
dudes,
of
let's
the
face
aerosol.
it.
That's
And then
true.
You paint it
Some
lead,
people are
and
just
then you do a
all
click
around
over it.
inappropriate.
Being able to grow your fingernails.
Okay, Family Guy.
I was gonna say
Like
that.
when they're all
Next
curly
hour.
and you're like, meh.
It's a Family Guy episode. But no, seriously, like,
Wow,
If-
that-
It was Meg's superpower.
Yeah.
yeah.
right,
But to be fair, it's also Lady Deathstrike's power
yeah.
Which is?
to grow your fingernails.
Oh, okay.
Didn't she
I'm
also
sorry, I
have
didn't know where you
regeneration,
saw
though?
that.
She also had regeneration.
Yeah, that's mainly her power as far as I
Her
know.
her main power was regeneration, but the ability to have to grow her adamantium fingernails.
Cat fight.
Yeah, seriously.
Talk about damsel.
But yeah, to have bone claws, I don't think that would be fun. for anyone.
No.
And if you didn't have regeneration, that
I mean,
would definitely not be
And
fun.
Wolverine admittedly says, like, you know, when Rogue asks him, like, does it hurt? He's like, every time, like, bro dog.
Sucks. That's why he's mad.
Yeah.
That's why he's perpetually angry.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
angry.
Because he's
Yeah.
constantly in pain because he's got these claws. that
Jamie,
wanna
thank
come
you.
out.
Made me think of one. Being moist. Horrible.
Dr. Horrible.
The only thing
I'm
I do
moist.
is make
Or
people
being able
feel
to
like
talk.
they need make people feel like they need a shower.
Or being able to talk, when you're an animal.
The Wonder Twins power, the male, who can only turn into forms of water.
That sucks.
Water,
I'm turning into
ice.
puddle. That used to be
Puddle.
fun.
He could be defeated by a sponge. Doesn't even have to be an evil
They
sponge.
joke about that all the time.
Yeah.
His evil villain is the kitchen sponge.
Okay.
Super
Favorite villain.
heroines?
Favorite
Favorite villain?
favorite villain.
Villain. Favorite?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot.
Yeah.
Captain Hammer, corporate tool. I know. Dr. Horrible says that but he's the protagonist. The antagonist is Captain Hammer, corporate tool, and he is my favorite supervillain. With the, but I'm gonna do two because I break rules. The Music Meister.
The Music Meister, okay.
I love the Music Meister.
Okay.
So there's your DC for you.
Oh, mine's gonna be DC too. I
DC
think
has
a
good
lot of
villains.
Yes.
DC
I
has
really-
really
DC
good
I
has
like
great
their villains.
concepts. They're just terrible about executing things.
Because DC's thing is that their heroes don't really have one villain.
Right.
Most of the heroes have at least 2 or 3 villains that they have to deal with.
And sometimes they like.
I'm
And then,
gonna
yeah,
say
and then there's always crossover.
I'm gonna say my favorite villain is I have a couple actually.
Mhm.
I'm going to do
Okay,
first off
not just me this
first
time.
off Lex Luthor.
Okay.
I
Mhm.
like the lawful evil type of villain. That's my
Okay.
favorite type. So he has nothing except for money to do anything with.
Pretty smart.
At
He's
least
also,
to begin with.
he's also smart.
Yes,
You just
but
like
I'm also
because
gonna go
of
with
the
Sweet,
Who?
the demon Sweet from
From
Buffy.
Buffy.
Oh.
Okay.
Make you dance to death?
Mhm.
Spontaneously combust.
So one of my favorite
Inverse
villains.
Flash.
Inverse Flash.
Joe.
One of my favorite villains is Deathstroke, also known as Slade or Slade Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Slade.
I didn't know who it was before.
Well,
His
So
name
that's
is
true.
his actual name is Deathstroke. Like his villain name is Deathstroke, but because it was a Cartoon Network series,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
had to give him his other name was Slade. His name is Slade Wilson. They did a really awesome job with him in the Arrow series.
Yes,
did.
they are.
But he's always been awesome because he's
They did
a
a pretty-
mercenary,
I've actually seen him in
trained in
Arrow
like
series. So.
Oh, I
Ninja.
have another one that I'm going to say, so I'll wait till the end.
he's a ninja. He's trained by all these different things. He can kill Ra's al Ghul
Mhm.
easily.
Spoilers. Just kidding.
No, he never
I'm
actually
just
goes.
kidding.
against
I'm
Ra's al
also,
Ghul.
by the way, gonna say Sephiroth. He's a good villain.
Also, the Joker. Why is that your favorite villain?
Yeah.
Of course,
I
it's
was
his
gonna
favorite.
say
You were gonna say Joker?
Actually, most of Batman's villains I like.
yeah. I was gonna say.
I
Doctor
love
Freeze,
so-
the
Riddler.
Penguin, Riddler.
Poison Ivy.
Who's that?
Oh, Poison Ivy is a good one.
I assume the actual Poison Ivy, not the.
I love Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
Thurman Poison
I,
Ivy.
She did a really good
Love-
job as actually.
you know what? I'm gonna come out and say that I love that version. That entire I used to watch
All except for the nipple
hell.
bat suit.
I used to watch the hell out of that movie.
Me too.
I
Except for
can
the
still
diamond.
Chill out.
I can still
the diamonds
quote
are terrible.
most
Love
of that movie. If you put
Love
on
it.
that movie at whatever scene you want, I can probably quote it from that scene till the end. I love that movie.
They could have did a little bit better with Bane, but
Yeah.
No, I
Joker's
agree
good.
with you. Except for the only real problem I had with that movie was the diamonds idea for why Freeze.
Diamond
and stuff
Tower's the
works.
cold.
Yeah.
No, that's not how this
Yeah.
works. And like just tossing, like I could understand if you had to make it into a laser array that caused stuff to get colder and different. Like I can make that work, but just tossing them into a chamber in your suit doesn't do it.
No, they gotta put him in like something.
That's not how this
No,
works.
just it's a gas tank.
Yeah, it's just
Diamonds.
like really.
But yeah, at the end of the movie, they had to be on that special array for the telescope.
Yeah. Do you mean Lord Zod? Do you mean Lee?
Lord Zod.
I'm sorry, Lawrence. Lord Zed.
Lord
he wrote.
Zed
Who's Lord
from
Zed?
Power Rangers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh
I like
my
Ivan.
God,
I like
Bro
Ivan
Dogs.
Ooze. I liked Ivan Ooze better.
Ivanus was
He
better.
had a staff with a
Bro
giant
Dogs,
Z on it.
what is your problem? You don't know Billy Boyd. You don't know Lord Zed.
No,
You
I
hate
do.
Aquaman.
Although-
Get out.
Get out.
I
Get
don't,
out.
I don't hate
No,
Aquaman.
Listen, I was
know-
talking
I
in
know
general
Billy
vicinity
Boyd.
where Joe used to be.
Billy Boyd.
My least favorite superpowers, speed. Not really.
We love you, Joe.
No, my favorite villain is Joker. I also really enjoy Bane, but if we're not gonna, if we're allowed to differentiate, away from like DC and Marvel for a second, can I just say the Daleks? Love them as a villain.
Vashta and Narada were better. We'll do a Doctor Who thing.
I know. My favorite Joker, like I liked all the Jokers, but my favorite was Heath Ledger. Like the mind melt, like just fucking with you.
Not mine. That's
Ah.
not my favorite. No.
Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
I like Mark
Really?
Hamill.
Yeah, I love
Mark
Jack.
Mark Hamill, just Joker, all the way from me.
They're very different. Like the old
Yeah.
Hokier, yeah, they're very different. I like them both, but the best one for me because I'm used to the old Joker.
Right.
And yes, the new Joker, Mark Hamill did a great job with the new Joker, absolutely. But the old Joker, who was just silly but very intelligent,
When-
and he did stuff through subtlety instead of being a mass murderer, I love that better.
No,
you know what
I'm
we're
more
talking
of
about
a
with
fan
Mark
of
Hamill,
like
right?
the darker.
He's the
anytime,
voice of the Joker
I know.
in all the cartoons
I know who-
for like ever.
Yes,
Anytime that
I know who Mark Hamill is.
including
anytime that anything has like a darker and grittier reboot or imagining, I always prefer the darker version better than the campy version, no matter what it is. I like the new Willy Wonka better than the old Willy Wonka. Anything that's darker than the campy version, I don't like camp. I love goth.
I just like how you can see how, because usually the darker stuff is more like twisted and mindful. It's so
Well,
much
it
more.
allows,
Yeah, there
it
was-
allows the villains to be villains and be evil
In my
Yeah.
in my
because it
opinion,
doesn't have to be like child friendly.
in my
Yeah.
opinion, the Jack Nicholson Joker was more twisted than
Oh yeah.
the new one by far. If you go back and watch it, you'll see what I mean.
Maybe
the
I
thing
do.
is I like
Hey, let's shake on something and I'm gonna kill you and
Yeah,
shock
exactly.
you to death.
Yeah, come on.
And then go to your corpse and yell at you.
but the thing about it is that if I could have Heath Ledger's portrayal
Mhm.
and Jack Nicholson's
But Jack Nicholson's laugh.
no, not even the laugh. I don't care about the laugh. The laugh is actually completely unimportant.
Yeah.
If I could have Heath Ledger's portrayal and Jack Nicholson's
Lines.
writing,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
that would be perfect.
Yes, that won't sound-
See, no,
Come on.
I actually prefer Batman the Animated Series, Mark Hamill.
Right.
That's my perfect version of Joker.
And that's it's a mix between the two. It really
Yeah.
is.
It is. It is. But like his laugh,
And the new Arkham series.
and the new
games,
Arkham series.
because it's Mark
that
Hamill.
that does a really good job because it ties in the fact that yes, he's clinically insane, but also the fact that like he doesn't really care about his end game. Like
It's
his
not
end
about
game.
taking. It's
isn't-
not about making.
his end game
money.
is
It's
It's
not
just
about
to-
making money. It's
it-
about taking money. Yeah.
His end game is just to cause as much trouble for Batman.
Troll.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yep.
And I like that they haven't really gone into his origin story like ever. Gotham is starting to, and I'm kind of concerned
the first
about
Batman
that.
movie does actually have his origin.
No, it all the origin
touches on
stories
it.
are
You're right.
are potentials. None of them are canon. They're all his idea of what maybe might have happened per
Yeah,
chance.
and like Batman issue #1, Detective Comics issue #1, the Joker was just there.
Yeah.
They never gave him an origin story. He's just a villain in the city who dresses like a clown.
And anytime in the comics that they refer
Clowns
to
are
his
fucking
origin
creepy.
story, it's always his idea of what maybe might have happened per chance.
Right.
My internet.
So, what is your favorite villain?
My favorite villain is Joker, but if we want to go away from Joker, I really like 90% of the X-Men villains.
I do
I
like
like
Magneto.
Mystique as a
Yeah, I would
villain.
say I didn't know if Mystique was. Yeah, I like Mystique.
In
Um,
X-Men, the animated, not that the new, the one that came out when I was a teenager.
The
X-Men
90s
X-Men
Evolution?
X-Men
Yes,
Evolution.
she was a villain.
Yes. In most of the series, she's a villain.
She's
and-
a villain usually on the
Right.
cusp. Like,
right. Well, it
She walks
not
that
not
line.
Gambit, but
She-
Not Gambit.
She Catwoman's.
she
Yeah,
Catwoman.
she's totally
exactly.
Totally Catwoman's.
Exactly. And that's mainly has to do with the fact that I really like
Sorry, we watched
Magneto
the old-
as a villain. As a great villain,
Magneto,
I love
yeah.
Magneto
Magneto's
because of his justification for being a villain.
Mutants are better.
I
Exactly.
love just like the entire X-Men concept, the story behind it, where it is kind of a struggle between mutants and the average human, but also the fact that the mutants are still saving the average human from other mutants. Like I just love the whole concept, and they can pull out as many stupid fucking mutant powers as possible, and I like it because it proves that it shows to disprove Magneto's ultimate. Like you can't just sit there and watch the show and just be like,
Somebody
it's
mentioned
true.
Darkseid as a villain.
Mutants are
Remember Darkseid?
being better because sometimes you get like the crappy ones, and you're just
He's
like,
a
no,
Superman villain.
they're just freaking
Where's it?
weird.
Blue Hood.
They just
He's got like a
grew
stone-
wings.
just dudes. They're just dudes.
Don't know. Sorry.
he just
You
is
might know.
slimy and has a really long tongue. Like
Yeah,
he just
like-
grew
Like,
blue fur.
luckily, he was Darth Maul in another life and knows how to use a staff. Like, you Batman. Good job, Toad. You learned martial arts because you're weird. But my other one that I didn't think anybody would say and they didn't suck it was the
Mojo
motherfucker.
Mojo, no? What?
The motherfucker
The motherfucker.
from
Mm.
Kick-Ass too.
It just
Too.
a villain you
Mojo.
like though.
Jojo.
I think I just love Christopher Mintz-Pass,
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen that one.
but
I won one or two. But
I love it because it's exactly the opposite of what I
Doesn't
actually
familiar, but I
like
don't
in supervillains. Like he's a
It's one of the
whiny,
villains.
selfish teenager
Mhm.
who just wants to get his way,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he has enough. Like he's the exact opposite of Batman, Superman, and I love the juxtaposition between Batman, Superman, Iron Man, and the motherfucker. And the stupid name just serves to make that like crappy spoiled teenager who's selfish and has way too much money and daddy issues now. Like, honest to God, like that's why I like him as a character, because he is the foil to the vigilante, multi-million, billionaire playboy philanthropist. Like, he's the juxtaposition. He's like, this is what could happen to Iron Man, Batman, all of them. He just is like, fuck it. I'm just going to bring together a whole bunch of jackasses from all over the place, give them ridiculous names, spend a lot of money on stupid cars and costumes, and try to kill people because I can, because I'm rich. And that's what I like about him, because Kick-Ass and Hit Girl are the foil to him, and they are average people. Like, and in that entire situation, none of them are...
yeah, but are they super villains though?
No, the motherfucker is a supervillain. Red Mist, spoiler alert,
I
Red
haven't
Mist,
seen it.
Red Mist becomes the motherfucker after Kick-Ass and Hit Girl kill his father. So
I knew that. That's in the previews.
right, but so pretty much what I like about it, what I really like about Christopher Mintz-Pass's character, because I'm getting tired of saying the motherfucker because I'm not a teenager. What I really like about Christopher Mintz-Pass's character is the fact that it's kind of like the rich versus the average American, and the fact that like it's a really it's an eye-opening view, kind of, where it's just like, this guy is rich, he can afford to do whatever the hell he wants, and the only thing that's gonna stop him is this kid who can't really get hurt as much and who really wants to do good in the world, and this girl who was severely traumatized in her childhood and, trained her, was trained how to fight. Like, that's the only thing that's stopping him from owning the world because he has money. It's just these two average weirdos. And that's what I like about Motherfucker as a character, is because he as a character shows that average people can be awesome and amazing, and they don't have to have superhero, powers or even an ass loads of money. They just need dedication and ambition, and they need to be a little bit crazy.
Yeah, like the Joker.
I'm sitting here trying to think of, with the exception of shonen type of anime characters that have actually decent villains, and I honestly can't think of any, because most of the anime I like don't have dead set villains.
Really?
Yeah, they're always against some type of political or other
I like Pegasus.
aspect. But like the one that closest I could think of that was really good was actually the villain would be Lelouch from Code Geass. Have you seen Code Geass?
I have not.
No. It's really good. Have you seen Death Note?
Yes.
Have you seen any Gundam?
Yes.
Take Gundam, put Death Note together. That's it.
That's what I've heard. And
Zoid's had Zoid's Chaotic Century had the
Zoid is a shonen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can people actually hear Doug when he talks like that, or does his mouth move and you just assume words are coming out?
Oh, I could probably just put music in.
Because, like, he's just
Yeah,
like,
mumble to yourself.
I'm having a conversation with Pat right now, and I'm just like, so Pat!
Well, I guess
no,
on that note,
no,
do we want to
can't
wrap up?
But yeah, I would say probably Lelouch is the best one I could think of. Also, you could also go technically with Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo, because it's technically a villain.
is that not shonen?
No, it's not. That's a harem type.
Oh,
of
it
anime.
is harem. Yeah.
It's the original harem type of anime. Sorry.
We'll do the other types of anime. You really need villains.
Yeah, they all have like damn the man type of villains. Like it's usually a section. Granted, the
All
sections do have
stories need
leaders, but
antagonists,
Yeah.
not necessarily villains, but
correct. Right.
antagonists.
Right.
but they're not like super villains. But like Code Geass, he has specific special powers. So
I think-
you could do Vegeta, I guess.
Yeah.
Eh.
Not really.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He kind of gambits it.
Not even. Like he becomes way too good for my taste at the end of things.
Yeah, he does.
So.
Wearing pink shirts and shit.
Yeah, I know.
What'd you get for having a baby and settling down? Start wearing pink shirts.
I don't ever have
It's
any.
light red.
No, it's pink.
Like, no, it's pink.
It's light red.
No, he admits it's
Listen,
pink.
a red sock
salmon.
ended up in the laundry.
It's salmon.
No, it wasn't salmon.
No.
It's salmon.
It's coral.
Alright, so it's midnight.
Yeah.
I think we have touched on everything.
Yeah.
I think we have provided enough explanations. I think we've heard Rachel yell and scream about enough things for the week.
The chat had really good conversation going on with themselves.
Oh,
Good.
that's
That was good.
Good.
I like sitting over here. I can
Apparently,
read the
I
chat.
won the chat. I don't know.
That was like a while.
Knock
ago.
it off!
Lawrence was giving points out, and I won. According, he was giving out points for who won the the
What is this?
conversation.
Whose line is it anyway?
Points don't matter.
If that was true, points don't
Well, now that you have to do the
so-
credits, so.
Yep.
Okay,
Go
thanks
to the
everybody
credits.
for watching.
Can you hear him now?
I can talk quieter.
Don't.
We stream every Thursday. We're gonna
Do
be
the
back to
credits
our
in
normal
the-
time of 10:30, just
Do
like
the
today.
Credits in the words of the joke.
Check us out and like us on Facebook. We got a YouTube channel. These streams will be uploaded to that as long as it records properly.
Tumblr.
We got Tumblr. We got Twitter. We got Reddit. We got internets.
I didn't even make a shout out.
We're gonna have another episode of Leap Play Love up soon on YouTube, so check that out. I'm gonna try and get it out by the weekend, but it's gonna be a busy weekend. Leave your suggestions for what we're gonna talk about next week. Facebook,
I randomly
YouTube.
thought of a couple things this
Yes,
morning.
you did.
that
I
Yeah.
really like those.
We have an email. suchgrownups@gmail.com.
Yep.
If you want to send it through email, we'll check that out. 'Cause,
Seriously,
you
give
know,
us ideas because
give us ideas of what you want us to hear.
You
What-
watch us talk, so
It's
you might
Let's
as
talk
well
about
talk
something-
about something you want us
Let's
to.
talk about something you guys like.
Otherwise, I'll just keep making decisions.
Nah, we voted on
None of
this
us
one.
want that.
We did.
We got the other channels or other YouTube shows going on.
Yeah, I do want to make a shout out to the Book Breakers Club. We'll be having our Google Hangouts on Tuesday night. Keep posted for the link. We have read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. If you just started reading and did not get through it all the way, that's fine. You can still participate. Just be anticipated for spoilers. So yeah, and then if you have any suggestions for the next book, please get at me, or else I will be picking a very fun book.
Is it
I have
relevant?
a
Is it
friend of
relevant to
mine.
recent things?
No, I've been playing
No,
around
we've
with
been on
Mindy
YouTube chase.
Kaling's or Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me book, and also the How to Fake It book.
I have a friend of mine who has written a teen book that I have downstairs.
I'm trying to
would, like-
alternate between fiction and nonfiction.
I understand it's fiction.
Okay. Oh, it's fiction. Okay.
So if you get a chance, I'd like you to take a look at that
Yeah.
at some point. But
Yeah, definitely. I'm open. There, I'm pretty open to things like that. And even if like,
because she has a lot of she does a lot of stuff with a bunch of different authors that would probably get more.
So the book club's coming
Sorry.
up.
book club. So think of things you want to read for next month. Start reading your book. Finish it up. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not finished either. So let's go. Chopped up.
When it comes to Leap, Play, Love, if you've got
Good night, Jim.
a preference as to what you want to see, we've got 3 different kinds of recipes that I've been doing. We've got nostalgia recipes like eating cookie dough without, the egg in it, eggless cookie dough. The Reptar bars, we've got the nerd goodies, which was, the fudge that we made in honor of Warehouse 13. The Poro cupcakes, and we've got the Cheat to Win. Or recipes to make you look like a grown-up, which was today's recipe, the corn dog bites. We've done
Chicken dip.
Buffalo dip.
buffalo dip. So let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see more of,
Nostalgia.
pretend how to fake being a grown-up? Do you want to see more nostalgia stuff? Do you want to see more nerd food?
Colored popcorn.
Let me know.
You should make gummy berry juice.
Colored popcorn. Mine's been on the list for a while.
Let me know by posting.
I'm gonna make
My
an
idea.
anonymous account. Just post it.
Yeah.
We'll do it after. Sorry.
And
We don't want to
also,
spoil everything.
we still do have a secret surprise, awesome show coming up for you. It's with me and another one of our friends who actually doesn't sit here. But trust me, it's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. Stay posted.
Like our Facebook, share our Facebook. That's the best way to get all our updates.
Yeah.
Or just fucking
Also,
ask us.
invite your friends to come watch the streams. I know we do it late, but
Most people have phones and laptops that you can just fall asleep to.
If they have
Yeah.
a problem with it
Fall
and
asleep
it's
to
too
watch it.
late, there is the YouTube. It is on
Yeah.
YouTube's.
and then
YouTube hits
they
are
can also
always
check it out on
important.
YouTube.
All right, we're done.
Good night.
Grown ups and
Okay, so
I got it.
stop broadcast. Yeah,
It's
you do it.
stop. Stop.
I
right,
know,
stop.
but I always stop record first, and then it's like
Ah.
still broadcasting. And I'm.
So what's your
terrible.
idea? I know we're still.